Okay, this morning we're going to run through the installation of one of our DIY dual battery kits on, this is the latest model Toyota Hilux 2019. So firstly we're just going to open up the kit and show you what's included in the kit. So when you first open it up, you're going to see a bag of goodies. That includes your instructions, all necessary nuts and bolts for fixing, cable ties for cable tying up the cable, the Redarc charger instructions, and also the instructions for the bracket are in there. Then in the kit you've got the pre-made wiring loom for this specific vehicle. So you'll see it's on a laser cut stainless steel bracket that specifically matches the Hilux, and it's designed to go in this position here. So if we take all this kit out, so we've got fuse holders, MIDI fuse holders, they're all labelled, auxiliary battery and main battery. I'm going to take out the kit. So here's the full kit. We can see it's all pre-wired to match the Hilux. The distances are pre-set to match the main battery and also the auxiliary battery. And there's our laser cut bracket. So we're going to go ahead and show you the install now. Okay, now for the installation of the kit. So first thing we're going to do is take out this front plastic grille. We're going to do that. There's a whole heap of plastic clips holding it in, as you can see this one here. So to do that, we just push the inside in and you'll hear it click. That'll allow us to remove the clip. So we'll go around and do that to all of them. At that point we can remove this plastic grille. Set to the side. Now the next thing we're going to remove is this steel bracket here, which I've already taken out just for ease of the video. So two 10mm nuts hold that in. I'm going to remove that bracket. Next thing we're going to do is remove a few 10mm bolts around here that just hold the grill into place at the front, and that just allows us to flex the grill a little bit forward just to get the Bcdc bracket into place. So once we've done that, grab the bracket and we're going to want to get this into position around that existing grill bracket. So we're just going to twist it in the right direction, get it down in there. Move it under the bracket, and there we go, we're in position. So it's 3-hole mount on the laser cut bracket. One of them goes to an existing Toyota bolt that I've already removed, so we're just going to reinsert that, which is part of the bonnet hatch. The other two, one is just a hole existing in the Toyota bracket, so we're going to utilise that hole, so no need for drilling. And the other one is another hole, but it's also got a nut on the back, so no need for a nut on that one. So the first one we'll reinsert is the Toyota one up the top here. So I'm just going to put these in finger tight for now. Okay, so we've got that one. Probably is best to do all three finger tight first to allow them to line up. And then inside your kit, I'm going to take out our little bag of nuts and bolts now. Open that up. Got little spring washers, so I'll do this back foot first and I'll grab the camera and then show you exactly where it's all gone. So that's the one that requires the nut washer, and the other one, we're just going to try and find that Toyota hole. Okay, so I'll quickly show you what we've done here. So there's our charger in place. So that was the existing Toyota bolt we've reinserted. This is one that comes in the kit with a nut down there, and then towards the back you can see the nut housing down there. So we've just come through right there with the bolt going into that existing Toyota harness. Okay, so now that the Bcdc is all mounted up, the next step is to get our cabling from outside in the front grille into the engine bay. And we're going to do that but by going through a small gap in between the headlights and the subframe. To make it easier, I've actually taken the fuse holders off. So the kit probably comes with the fuse holders all installed. I've just removed them just for ease of getting through that gap. You can squeeze it through, but just to make it easier. So I'm going to start with the Anderson plug. It's going to lead the way. Go straight down through there, grabbing it in the engine bay and feeding it in under the washer bottle. And we're going to follow it by the auxiliary battery loom, the next one in the run. Same deal, thread it through the front, grab it in the engine bay. Keep pulling them through. Big junction point to get through. That's where the Anderson and the auxiliary battery cables meet. Okay, I've got that one through, so the last one is our main battery connections. Junction point again. So it is a squeeze at the junction points, but once we've got all those junction points through, it's actually, the actual cable fits quite easily. I'm just going to move that all into the engine bay. Sit that down there. All our excess into the engine bay. And there we have it. So now we're in position for our main battery cables to hook onto the main battery, obviously with the fuse holder. And also our auxiliary batteries are going to keep heading up towards the auxiliary battery. And we've got our solar Anderson. Now we've left a bit of length on that, so you can put it back towards the engine bay if you want to be able to plug it in out there, or you can have it in front of the main battery, or you can go up behind the auxiliary battery. We've left that up to you guys where you want to easily connect to your Anderson for the solar. So the next thing we're going to do is reinsert our fuse holders. So we're on the main battery now. So just an 8mm bolt here. And same on this one. Once again, I'm just going to do them finger tight, but obviously these need to be done up tight. This is our main connection to the charger. Okay, so once we've done that, first one we're going to connect to is the auxiliary battery, making the electrical connection. So the battery came with these nuts and bolts. So I'm just going to make that connection. I'm going to start by doing the negative in the back corner there. So just put that stud onto the negative. The negative is obviously marked black. And then we've got our positive, make the connection on the positive. We should do that up first as well, just to avoid any shorts, and then close the lid. So I'll do that in a second. So that's our connection to the auxiliary battery. Next, we're going to do the same thing to the start battery. So once again, should have done that up by now. So we'll take off the negative terminal. I'm going to place that straight onto that nut there. Doing that up once again tight. Same thing on our positive. I'll just quickly show you. So these this is 12 mil socket or spanner is going to get you done up tight. Now you want to be careful with the positive terminals, especially when you've got the negatives already connected, is that you don't short this out onto anything steel. If that's positive, that will be a dead short. You will see sparks. So we want to just avoid shorting that out. And then same thing with the negative, tighten that up. We don't want the negative, same deal, we don't want the negative to touch that positive, that would be a short as well. So just be careful while making those connections. And then we'll secure our fuses to the battery hold down clamp on both that battery and also on this battery. They'll be secured like that. And we're going to use the cable ties that are in the kit to secure all that cabling up to there, and also our Anderson plug. So that's basically the whole kit installed. Next we'll run through how to actually test the unit. So by firing up the vehicle now, we'll see already that we've got the A profile light flashing. It's an indicator that all our wiring's done. But if we start up the vehicle now, we'll show you how to test it. So basically, just to run through, we've got our cables going in. So there's our headlight, beside the headlight, coming out inside near the washer bottle, and then laying up this way. So I'm going to go ahead, do up all those bolts, mount the unit, and then we'll run through how to test it. Okay, the Redarc DIY dual battery kit's fully installed. So I'm just going to show you where we've routed the cable. So you can see it coming out of the bottom of the Redarc there in the front grille, heading around through an air vent. That gets us in beside the headlight. I'll just zoom back so you can see. That's the position we're in, behind the headlight. To get into the engine bay, there's a small gap behind the headlight. Gets us in behind the washer bottle, right there. So that's where we're coming through. And the general direction is in front of the battery there, the main vehicle battery. Then we've got a branch off here coming up, that's our main battery connections. But the main loom continues, which we can head up here. Another branch off there to our Anderson plug. And then up to the auxiliary battery, which we've secured the fuse holders to the battery brackets. It's a good way to keep the fuse holder, having that cable tie around keeps the fuse holder lid nice and tight and secure, so we don't want that lid to come open and expose the positive terminals either. So that's one reason for doing that. So now that we've got it all installed, we're going to do a test. Now the best way to do that is if we look at our unit, we've got the A profile flashing. So at this point it's acting as an isolator. Both batteries are isolated from each other. To get it to start up as a charger, we're going to go and start up the vehicle. And after a short period of time, it should recognize that the vehicle's running, and we'll see our vehicle light and stage light come up. So we'll just start her up. So give it a moment. Shortly we should see the vehicle light will come on first, and then the stage light. The stage light will be doing one of two things. So there's our vehicle light. So it's recognised the vehicle's running, it's going to start charging. Our stage light's flashing. So that just means that our auxiliary battery is actually at full charge. So if that battery is quite down in charge, we'd have that solid on, and that would mean that it's in bulk stage. It's really pumping some power in. Once it starts flashing, you know you get pretty close to full charge, where you are at full charge, and it's just in float mode, maintaining. And also if we had solar and we plugged into that solar, Anderson plug, we would get the solar light coming on as well. So that's a simple test. The other thing, if you want to test it properly, is to turn the car off now, and you may require a little bit of load by, say, turning the headlights on. So I'm going to turn the headlights on to high beam, just to get a bit of a current draw to make this happen quicker. But after a while, we want this to act as an isolator again. So it's still charging now, even though the vehicle's off. But what this unit does is it monitors the start battery. As soon as that start battery gets down to 12.6 volts again, which is a fully charged lead acid battery, it will cut out, and at that point it will become an isolator. So anything that we wire off the auxiliary battery can then only flatten the auxiliary battery. There's no chance of it flattening the main battery. So this unit acts as a 3-in-1 unit basically. It's your isolator, it's your dedicated battery charger, and it's your solar regulator all in one. So we can see it's still charging there. There we go, it's just cut out. Now it'll go back to just the A profile light flashing. Yep. So now we're in isolation mode. So that's the unit fully tested and installed. Now the last thing we've done is, this is our grill that we took out. It sits in front of on top of the Bcdc basically. Part of the instructions is a template to cut out this hole. So we've cut out this hole. I'm just going to show you what the reason is behind that. So when we reinsert this grill, it allows us to see our controls on the Redarc. So it just shows us exactly what we need to see for diagnostic reasons. So when we reinsert that grill, we can see the Redarc charger.